Go. I'm here with Brightview Exteriors conducting an attempt to repair or pliability test here on Peter Cheng's roof. Here I have already marked out my area of repair and my green wind damage shingle here. The reason I already marked it out is I can already see where the shingle starts and ends. It's a little bit of it is poking out here and here, so I already know that this shingle is going to be complete. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by scraping the glue strip and loosening these shingles. So I'm going to start with this one. Go to the next row above. This shingle is extremely granular. We were slipping coming up here. Alrighty, so now all my shingles have been loose. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check for any mat transferring. I don't have any there. I don't have any there. I don't have any there. There's a little bit in between these right here. Next row above has a little bit. I'll bring the camera closer in a second once we remove the wind damage shingle. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by this one right here, removing this first nail. First nail has been removed. From there, I'm going to go over to my second nail. This is my third nail. This one is really deeply embedded to the point that the nail has popped through the shingle. It is still in there all the way. I just got my bar up underneath of it and it popped through. So I'm going to pop this one out. There we go. Pop back through. Now I'll go to the next row above. Got nail number 1. On the next row, nail number 2. If you can't tell, my feet are slipping really bad just from the shingles that I'm standing on. Mind you, this is probably a 4 pitch, less actually, probably closer to a 3. It's a very low pitch and my feet are absolutely gliding everywhere. So now my excuse me, now my nails have been removed. I'm going to remove my wind damage shingle. A lot of granules just came off of it. Here we go. This is my wind damage shingle here. Now I'm going to set it to the side. Unfortunately, I had this shingle, but I did not have the bag. But this is a Certainteed Weatherwood. It's the XT25. I just do not have a bag for it. If you want, you can look at the back. You can see that it is branded with Certainteed. This color is a little bit lighter just because of the age of this shingle. So it will not match perfectly no matter what I do. Like I said, this is GAF Weatherwood XT25. Okay, shingles installed. From there, I am going to take some fresh nails because some of those were bent. 2, 3, 4, 5. See if I got a couple more in here. Okay, now I've grabbed all my nails, made sure that they're not rusty. Some of the ones in the pack from this shingle can't be reused, either from rust or from them being bent. So now, just to be 100% clear, whoosh, slippery, slippery, slippery. Just to be 100% clear, this is how high I have to lift the shingle in order to nail it. I cannot go lower than this because I will risk striking the shingle with the hammer. So I'm lifting it up just enough to get my nail in. That is nail number 1. Now I'm gonna go over here to this next tab. Nail number 2. There's granules even jumping from the section that isn't part of the repair. It's nail number 3. This is nail number 4. I'm gonna go to the next row above. This is nail number 5. This is nail number 6. This is nail number 7. And one more. Nail number 8. So now all of my nails have been replaced on this shingle. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to take my green chalk again, and I'm going to number the tabs on the shingle. So we're gonna start over here with number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So these are the tabs that have been manipulated. Now over here, I'm gonna go to a random section and I'm going to create a small test square for the shingle so you guys can see the difference between a non-manipulated and a manipulated shingle. I'm gonna write up here, test. Sorry, my chalk got a little bit wet. It's not so clear. Okay, from now, what I'm gonna do is I'm ever so slightly gonna brush this shingle off to see how many granules will come loose. I'm being so gentle I can even use one finger. Being extremely careful with the shingle. Can you see the granules coming off of it in the video? Because there's a whole bunch coming loose. Being very, very careful not to be excessive with the force that I apply. It's a little bit tricky to see on this side just because the shingle is darker. So I'll bring you guys a little bit closer. So as you can see on this number 2 shingle, it's kind of hard to tell because of the old moss on this roof, but we have a ton of granule loss. You can see those divots and just pretty much holes in the shingle that have been left by the granular loss. Here as well, as you can see, it is extremely, extremely granular everywhere except for on this shingle. There is holes everywhere from where the granules jumped out, and if you can hear my feet slipping standing on top of the granules that have just came loose off of the shingle. But there is granule loss absolutely everywhere. If I touch the shingle, the granules will come loose. Here you can see from where it got lifted up, this is not past 45 degrees, and as you can see, there is a nice crease right here. Now if we go down, same thing on this number 3 shingle, this number 4 shingle. This number 2 shingle looks pretty much the worst out of all of them. As you can see, there's missing granules absolutely everywhere. And if we look right here, there's still some left over on our new shingle. And even here on the section that I'm standing on, if you look at it, I'll collect them down here. Just from the little bit of me standing on this shingle, you can see all of the granules that have came loose. Look at this. That's actually kind of crazy. Just piles and piles and piles of granules just from my feet on the shingle. So even just me standing up on this roof will cause a ton of granules to come loose. We carry on looking. And mind you, this is not a steep pitch, despite what the camera might look like. This is, I believe, a 3 or a 4 pitch, and this should be an 8 or a 9. I do not have my pitch gauge, so I cannot confirm. But here, if I go on over to the area that I marked test, you can see there are some granules that are coming loose when I swipe on it, but it's not a whole lot. Once the shingle gets manipulated, all of these granules immediately pop off. We carry on, like I said, you can have a look down here from where I've been standing on, and you can see all the granules that came off from the repair. Now, the next thing we're gonna look at is gonna be mat transferring. So if we look at this shingle number 1, down here on this left side, we have mat transferring. Here on this right side, we have a new glue strip, so our mat transfer does not matter. Here on number 2, same thing. Here on number 3, same thing. Whoosh. Here on number 4, we have a little bit of mat transferring here, mainly just the glue strip is worn out. So this shingle will not re-adhere from the new one over this way to the old one. Same thing with the number 1 tab. This section will not re-adhere, but this section will. So there is a chance that when a big windstorm comes through, the shingle is going to be flopping around like this. Either water intrusion is going to get in there, or it's going to break the seal on the new shingle and eventually wind crease it as well. So here we go. Number 7, we can see some mat transferring here on this left side, not so much in the middle. Number 6 looks okay. This one right here, this is tab number 5, and number 5 has mat transferring here. So in total, I believe we have 4 out of the 7 that have mat transferred, and 1 nail pop, 4 have mat transferred, and all of them have granule loss. Despite not being able to see it from a far distance, if we look over here on a non-manipulated shingle, there's not that many holes, not that many gaps, whoosh, compared to these right here. So in turn, this would be a failure of a repair. So up top, I'm going to list what happened. First things first, this is a complete failure, so I'm going to write up top ATR equals, I'm going to try to not fall down here, fail. Then I'm going to put M and a T for mat transfer equals, I believe I said 4 mat transferred, just slightly or a lot. Then from there we have a nail pop, so I'm going to put an N and a P, which was just 1. And then we have granule loss, G and an L for granule loss equals 7, because every single one of these have granule loss. In turn, like I said, this is a attempt to repair fail.